So hi, we're here at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C., attending CUNA's Governmental Affairs Conference for 2015. There's about 5,000 people over my shoulder here going through the doorways into this exhibit hall and the meeting rooms beyond that, and they come from about 3,000 credit unions nationwide. We also have with us a good contingent of people from Vermont, representing a variety of credit unions from small to large, so we're real pleased to be here again this year. We wanted to do some video clips of people. We're going to talk to a few people to give you a flavor of what this 2015 Governmental Affairs Conference is like.
With the vendors, we've heard from the new CUNA president, Jim Nussel, who gave his philosophy of what he's trying to bring to the movement with a particular focus on the member activation program. We heard from Ari Fleischman, the former White House press secretary, talking about his days in the White House and his organizational and strategy leadership. And also Debbie Matz, who gave a very exciting presentation, came right out and said her focus for 2015 was a 5-point plan to reduce regulation and to help increase the credit union movement. So it's an exciting crowd, many people meeting with the vendors, and I think over the next few days we'll kind of give you sound bites of what's happening and a little bit of the flavor of the discussion.
I think it's great. I'm overwhelmed by the number of people here that are here in support of credit unions, and I'm finding the whole event just really energizing. It's great to see everyone, and it's going to send a strong message. I would definitely recommend credit union staff coming to this event. It's educational, and like I said, I think it's just really energizing. I've been with NEFCU for 25 years, and it kind of reminds you what we're all about, and it has just reminded me of a lot of the things that we work hard for.
So yes, this is my first time at the GAC. I've been in banking for about 34 years altogether, but I am new to the credit union world. I've only been introduced to credit unions for about 2 years now. So for me, this has it's been very interesting for me learning about credit unions, and so the experience of coming to the GAC and really understanding it at a much larger level has really been very eye-opening to me as just really how powerful credit unions are and such a demand for the types of services that credit unions deliver to their membership.
Credit union. This is my first time at GAC, and it's been an incredible experience. It's been really good to meet people from other Vermont credit unions and other credit unions around the country. And it's been great to hear all the different speakers and hear more information about the different topics and issues that are affecting credit unions.
What did you think of Bernie Sanders?
I thought it was really good to hear how big of a supporter he is of credit unions and his view on the different issues. Yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone who has the opportunity to come. It's a great experience.
This is my first GAC ever, and it's been awesome. I would totally recommend that other people go. It's been great to see the camaraderie amongst credit unions. That has been the biggest thing that has stood out to me so far, because in a lot of industries, people compete against each other, and even in banking, they don't get together to discuss all of the things that they do together. But here you can network with other credit unions, you discuss your successes, your failures, your things like that, and you come together to deal with them. So that's been awesome. I really like Bernie Sanders. Never been a fan of him, but I've never been involved in government affair pieces before. So to be able to hear him talk about his passion that he has for credit unions and the things that he stands up for was really awesome.
It's been a great opportunity to learn more about the credit union system and how it works in conjunction with our efforts in Vermont.
I think it was just nice to see how everybody is in collaboration for the same goal. I thought that was very impressive.
That we're a community, we're not individuals.
I was really happy to get back, and so much excitement and energy around the credit union movement, and to experience that 5,000 credit union leaders from across the country. It's very important and powerful. It's always neat to listen to the senators and be a part of that. That's not something every day I get to do. so that's always a special treat. As far as the speakers go, one of the nice things is there's such a wide variety of speakers that you're always going to find 2 or 3 that pique your interest and have some valuable take-backs for you. So
very impressive. I was particularly impressed with the senators and representatives that came yesterday and voiced support for credit union industry. Certainly coming on to Capitol Hill today and meeting with our congressional delegation, who are all terrific supporters. It's been really good to see all the different issues, and it's also good to see that we're all working on some of the same issues, and so being able to talk to other credit unions from around the country, see what they're facing, and really realizing they're facing many of the same things we are. So it's been very helpful, very impressive. It's 5,000 people. It's an impressive show. It's a good opportunity to meet your colleagues from across the country, and some people are facing similar issues to what you're facing, but doing it a little bit differently, and that's a tremendous opportunity to learn and share information, share cards, so you have access to other individuals to see what's going on and solicit them for their.
It's really extraordinary to see so many people from the credit union movement come together from all over the United States and have such a powerful message in common for the policymakers of our country. Actually, one day I had lunch with a credit union CEO from Hawaii and a credit union board member from Alaska. The 3 of us ate together, and as different as our places of residence are, we really had just a wonderful conversation about many different things and learned from each other, and can take back to our own organizations interesting ideas.
Okay. I thought the meetings with our legislators was very good. I'm encouraged by the fact that I think people are finally starting to listen relative to the data breach issue and the patent troll issue. I was also encouraged by both Senator Sanders and Leahy, even though a bill hasn't been proposed, on seeing the value that we add on the member business lending, and I think we'll get good support from them.
I think for me at GAC 2015 was seeing Joe Bergeron take the stage and introduce Bernie Sanders to give a speech to all the attendees. His speech re-energized everybody that was there for the morning session, and I think made all us Vermont credit unions proud to be Vermonters. I think he's been a long supporter of credit unions, and because of that, to see him out there was a thrill. So that was the best part for me this year. You know, it's interesting, we had 5 people from Vermont Federal Credit Union, only 1 was a newcomer, and all of us that have been here before said everybody should come back because it re-energizes you on why credit unions are important and why you work at a credit union. And so it's important to be here as a first-timer, but it's just as important to come back because it keeps everything in perspective, and that's important.
Incredible. The amount of attendees and the topics that we're discussing today, outstanding turnout.
It's great to see Mr. Nussel and to hear his vision for the future. And as a multi-owned CUSO, it is always a pleasure to be here, and because we play such a big, we play a role in the movement, being a multi-credit union CUSO.
Please join all of us in Vermont in giving a big GAC welcome to Senator Bernie Sanders.
I am strongly supportive of legislation to raise the statutory cap on credit union member business loans from 12.25% to 27.5% of total assets.
What do you think of this JAC so far? It's only been one day, not even a whole morning yet.
It's kind of exciting. I think this is the first time we're going to see Jim Nussel's strategy, his footprint in terms of what he wants to do with CUNA. Obviously, he's a very energetic guy. He has some specific ideas, but I think the theme that he tried to lay out this morning was the member activation of saying basically, for the credit union movement, our low-lying fruit is the 100 million members. And there was an interesting analogy that he did today compared to what's probably seen as high-profile lobbying organizations, AARP, NRA, and I think there was a subtle message to the audience of how can we take our 100 million members and get that same type of visibility up on Congress? What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's been really good so far. I thought Ari Fleischer was very good. I thought Jim Nussel had a real good introduction for his first time out at the CUNA Governmental Affairs Conference. He's never been to one of these before. He has been exposed to credit union people. I've had the opportunity to meet him a few times in person and to be in a couple of meetings with Blue Presence and some others smaller than 5,000 people, but where he's had an exchange. And, he's very laid back, very confident, easy to talk to, very approachable. So I think he's going to be a real good leader for CUNA so far, from what we all see. And I know I've been coming to this event for like 36 years. I don't think I've missed one, maybe just one.
I think 13 for me. I was thinking that this morning when I came over. So, but you're right. I think, in my earlier days, it was still a large meeting, but much smaller than it is now.
My favorite thing about Washington, D.C. is probably the monuments.